Hello, hello. Here we're coming to you again from Broadcast Team Alpha and the Paranormal World Show under the umbrella of Broadcast Team Alpha. And this is the show for the thinking global citizen, the one that stepped out of the box and want to look around and see what else is out there. What have they not told us? What do I need to know? And what am I not supposed to know? You'll find it all here. And we are also transmitting on the uh, Conscious Awakening Network, and we are going out on 44 different platforms around the world, and three TV stations and a bunch of places. So you'll find us just about everywhere. But the best place to look is on YouTube, because that's the only chat room we monitor. So there you can participate, you can ask questions, and you can be part of the show, kind of. So we will talk in there. And also, I have a wonderful guest with us, one that he's also stepped out of the box. He is by profession, he's a clinical pharmacist, and he wanted to know more. So he started looking up into the sky and he find a bunch of stuff that he's going to tell us about. He is out in Marina Del Rey in California. And as you can see next to him there on YouTube, you can find him on Custodian File on YouTube. There you go. That's it. And his name is Robert Schiepe.
Shipe.
Sharpie. Yeah,
Right.
okay. There we
Yeah,
go. I knew I was going to butcher that.
no problem.
All right. And then Nori and I put together a spiritual think tank where we do some incredible things. It seems like we're creating out of seemingly nothing sometimes because what normal people would call miracles actually happens. So, if you want to be part of something that is bigger than ourselves and want to step into the quantum existence and find what is there, what you like, and bring it back into your reality, send us an email and I'll send you some information so you can come and have a look and participate and see what you think. Send the email to themastermindconnection@gmail.com, themastermindconnection@gmail.com. And then I would say, welcome to the show, Robert.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the invitation. I am very much looking forward to this show. I will give you all the knowledge I have, and it's quite a bit. I'm going to say over 100 things that you will find almost impossible, but I can prove everything I'm saying, and I'm eager to get started.
Yeah. Yeah, the first question is very often one that what brought you onto this path? You are in the business world, you are a pharmacist, and that's a good profession. Why in the world did you want to step out of the box and start doing what you're doing now, taking pictures of UFOs every day?
Literally, that's a great question. Not only is pharmacy a very good profession, in 1986, I invented the first mail order pharmacy in the United States. So it was extremely successful. So I did that in 86. I retired in 2012. I did all the hard work, all the heavy lifting. I could, I could travel the world and just have fun. But something like this is more important, recording these UFOs. I've always been interested. Since 1970, I've been interested in UFOs. With the intuition that something's going on, something is going on here. And finally, I think it's paid off. I have the video evidence, I have overwhelming evidence, and I can teach your viewers on how to record these UFOs anywhere. I have a lot of people doing that now. They're sending me video every day every day. I've never been more busier. So if you like, I'll just jump in and tell you the whole story.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
again, a clinical pharmacist. I specialize actually in infectious disease. So really, antiviral therapy is my specialty. And I took that nationwide, and I was able to help thousands of patients because I was thinking outside the box. So I'd give them traditional Western medicine, but also certain vitamins and minerals, and they teamed together with very good results. Very good results.
yeah, that's good.
I did that for 25 years. I retired in 2012. Marina Del Rey, live in Marina Del Rey, Los Angeles. Well, in 2017, 5 years after I retired, something very odd occurred. The Coast Guard and Army Blackhawks basically invaded Marina Del Rey, and they would not leave. And they were there every day for 14 days.
Wow.
So it is very odd. It's not a normal story. It's very odd.
Right.
So after 14 days, I took out my camera. I started to record the helicopters, and I could see these tiny objects flying around the engine. And I'm like, what is going on here? So evidently, that is how this all got started. If it wasn't for the Army and the Coast Guard, I would have never been motivated to record helicopters,
Yeah.
and I would have never figured this out. So technically, you could say I got to give the credit to the Coast Guard and to the Army because their satellites were able to see something. They came in to investigate, but they made it too obvious. I recorded them and I put one and one together that they're chasing small, fast objects. And these small objects are roughly 1 to 10 inches, very small, very predictable. These UAPs, these UFOs, I call them dragons actually, because 6 years ago, I was certain that they were dragonflies, that they had to be an insect, they had to be a bug. They weren't birds. Birds are easy to record, easy to identify. So the only logical answer is it had to be a bug, a dragonfly, because you could see the wings on it.
Mm.
Uh, I went out and I got a better camera. I got a Panasonic X1000, a tripod. I'm also an inventor besides a pharmacist. I have a heavy science background, so I learned quickly when it comes to science. I attached a 4K monitor to my camera. I custom made a light box. So outside I could see objects fly by on my monitor. I attached some radar detectors and it's all coming together. So these things are very predictable. These UAP, these small UAP dragons are very predictable. Essentially, they only fly when there are helicopters or airplanes. That is the
Mm.
easiest way to predict where and when they will be, the easiest. And because I use that technique, I have over 4,000 videos.
Mm.
I've been doing this for 6 years. All you got to do if you see a helicopter, you take out your cell phone, hold it sideways, landscape, zoom in halfway, record for 30 seconds. If you want to know when the helicopters are coming, go to planefinder.net. When,
Okay.
heli- when helicopters or aircraft are over your roof, record them. You will see a black dot, and that will be the UFO dragon. I'm sorry, it really is that simple.
Yeah. Could it be that when, let's say, let's call it that it may be of an intraterrestrial being here that maybe have a base offshore or something. When they see the helicopters, they come out. So they come up because the helicopters are there and not the other way around. Could that be?
100%. Our helicopters are being reconned. They come out of the water. Now, if you look on the Google map, if you look at Marina Del Rey,
Mm-hmm.
there are some rocks. There are some jetty rocks. They're 2,000 feet long. There are some jetty rocks, and evidently they're coming out of the water at the jetty rocks because the army and the police are always hovering over the jetty rocks. They're looking. They can see them coming and going. They land and they take off in the rocks. I have thousands of videos of that. So we are being reconned. Why are we being reconned? I don't know. I don't want to go there. I could only guess, but 100% we are being reconned and they are predictable. So you can use helicopters as bait. And if you don't have any helicopters, you can use balloons. Everything over 150 feet in the air will get reconned by a UFO dragon. So again, earth drones, balloons, kites, uh, carousels, anything in the air, birds. I
Uh-huh.
have videos of all that. I have videos of all that.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You said that you don't really know why they are there and you could only guess. Is there anything you could say about your guess?
Well, 30 miles north of me is Malibu, and 2 miles off the coast of Malibu, and you can see this on Google Map, is an underground structure. It should not be there. It's a 1 mile hangar with a flat roof. And somebody covered it with sand, but it is extremely obvious.
Yeah.
Whoever built it, I guess they didn't know in the future Google Map would be invented because
Yeah.
without Google Map, you would never know it's there. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, just a few miles from there is Point Mugu Naval Base. Now, this underground structure is not in the territory of the naval base, but if you go there, the Navy will ask you to leave.
Mm.
You cannot fly over the base. You cannot dive, go underwater. They will ask you to leave. So
Mm.
you can look it
Yeah.
up on Google Map. You can see for yourself. It's very large. You're not going to miss it.
Yeah. I've seen that picture and it's very clear. It cannot be missed. It is there.
It's
And you have some pictures of the UFOs as well as a lot of other things. So for those of you listening, we're going to get to those pictures, and I tell you, you do want to see these pictures. So hang in there with us. But that base, is that the only one, or are there other areas also maybe where there could be something?
Well, that's a great question. Experts have searched Google Map underwater,
Mhm.
and to this day, nobody else can find a base like that. That is the one and only unique underground base, and it's against off the coast of Malibu, between Malibu and Point Mugu. So I'm sure there must be other underground bases, but
Yeah.
this one is the most obvious because it's recorded by Google Map. So
I
I'll show
am
you.
I am quite sure that the military have been diving down there and gone into that structure and visited with whoever is in there. I almost, yeah, I almost would bet on that because that is what militaries do.
Why else would they ask you to leave? That makes no
Yeah,
sense. That just,
it's because they know.
it's in other words, if you were to go to a military base and you wanted to walk around and see their top secret equipment, they would say, no, please leave.
Yeah,
It's the same principle. So it
yes.
is what it is. It is
Hmm.
what it is. maybe in the future they'll let some cameras go down there. Boy, that would be interesting. Put
Yeah, yeah,
one of
it
those.
would. The shape of the crafts, are they most of them disc shaped, or are there cigars or triangles, or what? Or some of them look like squares, actually.
Yeah. The ones I'm recording, 99% of them, they look like a small junior football that's been pressed together.
Hmm.
So it's a plate, a saucer plate, but small, like 10 inches. They go 2,000 miles an hour, and they trigger the X-band spectrum. So I have a car radar detector attached to my tripod. The X-band does go off 8% of the time. 8%. Now, April 19th last year, 2023, the Pentagon gave a report to Congress. You could look that up. And the report says the small UFOs trigger the X-band radar. Um, I'm pretty sure they're watching my videos on Custodian File.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure of that.
I have a friend in the Air Force. He called me that day. He said, Robert, we're going into part two, the top secret part of Congress. So we're watching the Tic Tac video, and then we're going to watch your videos.
Oh,
And I said, no wonder, because you're using my data, 2,000 miles an hour with the X band. I was wondering how they got that right. And they're watching, so that I don't care. They're watching my videos, and I would too. If I was them, I'd be watching my videos
yeah.
because I'm giving you the best training. I have a heavy science background, and I'm putting together some very disciplined videos, and I'm putting them out there
Mhm.
for humanity. I don't have a movie or a book or nothing. I'm doing this for humanity. As a pharmacist, I care about your health, and I
Yeah,
care about the health of humanity. And
yeah.
we got to move forward. I feel like we've been stuck in the tar, like we're in a tar pit or in quicksand, and we got to move forward here. If we want to be invited into the world of extraterrestrial life, of other life, we got to keep up. We got to come to the table and show them, look, we're mature enough. We're smart. We could be trusted. We're spiritual. We don't harm. We mean no harm to anyone. Um, that's what it's going to take to move forward. So I'm going to show you just an overwhelming amount of video. Now, a quick lesson. Some of my videos, I call them red diamond videos. I have about 4 of them. And what red diamond videos mean, the rarest diamond, the most expensive and rarest diamond, there's yellow, blue, green,
Yeah.
and then there's red. And there are so few red diamonds, it's unheard of. To give you an example, I went to Tiffany in Beverly Hills. I said, I want to see a red diamond. Oh, we don't have one. I went to Tiffany in New York, and I see a red diamond. We don't have one. But they said, you know who has all the red diamonds? Texas. All the red diamonds are in Texas. I said, I don't even know what that's about. That's incredible. So for what it's worth, I have 4 red diamond videos, and I'll get to them if time's permitted. But I want to show you as much as possible. I want to convey the concept. Now, what I do is that when these little UFO dragons fly around 2,000 miles an hour,
Mhm.
I'm recording at 4K at 60 frames, Panasonic X1000. So on the average, they're only there for roughly 20 frames, which is
Okay.
1/3 of a second. 1/3 of a second is like a blink of an eye. So you'll easily miss it. But with a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
of training, a little bit of training, your eye will see them. What I've done is I've taken each frame, copy, paste, and I made a photo out of it.
Oh, okay.
And I call the photo an interpolation.
Hmm.
And that's a term now used in AI. AI photography is now using that word, but I did not copy that. I mean, I was using this word 4 years ago, and people kept saying, Robert, where are you getting this word? I've never heard of it. So I'm not a photographer, I'm an amateur photographer. But it is a real word in photography.
Yeah.
And basically, I could show you a video, but it's a lot faster to show you the interpolations. If I show you the real videos, you won't even see anything because it's a rifle shot.
Yeah.
If I slow it down, you'll still see it, but I want to show you as much as possible in the shortest period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just jump right in if you want to
Yeah,
just.
let's do that. Let's share screen and then show
Okay.
some of these videos and pictures.
All right. I've done a few Zoom now, so now I know how to
Yeah, there
work.
you go.
So let me go to my interpolation file, and boom, here we go. Look at this. Look what's first.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a video. You see that right
Yeah.
there? I had a viewer. He custom made a software.
This is a small helicopter. Would that be a private helicopter or
Yeah,
would it be
yes, that's tourism. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I got to tell you, I've been invited to give lectures at the Air Force Base.
Hmm.
So I gave them a photo album with 30 or 40 pictures like this. But this picture you're looking at, this was the picture that got me in the Air Force Base for the lectures. This is the picture they fell in love with. So I really like this one. So the helicopter's flying over Marina Del Rey. I just record the helicopter and boom, you get
Mhm.
dragons. This is how easy it is. Let's go to the next because I know you guys want to see a lot.
Oh boy, you got several of them there.
I have about 400 of them. I'll show you as many as possible. Same thing. This is my roof helicopter. Helicopter. This is a police helicopter. He came very close to my camera. I think this dragon, this UFO dragon, was curious why they were flying so close to my camera. Let's go to the next here. Uh, this is where you can predict. This is the paracel. The
Yeah.
paracel is about at 150 feet. I know when he gets to this level, because my camera is at about 200. So this is almost eye level. So right about now, I know the dragon is going to come in and fly by. Very predictable.
Yeah.
There's the dragon.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can see that upper left-hand corner there.
that's a bird.
Oh,
That's
it is.
Yeah, that's a bird. But watch, you'll see the dragon come in.
Okay.
Here he comes. See him?
Yeah.
He just he came off the ground. He reconned the paracel, and then he went back down. Simple as that. Very predictable.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stress it enough. All right, let me see if I can enlarge the picture for you. I know a lot of your viewers are saying, Robert, this is impossible. You're recording a bug. Well, bugs are not predictable, and bugs do not trigger the X band. Also, the K band gets triggered. The K and the X band gets triggered.
Now that's starting to look like a disc.
A disc, yeah. Now, again, you will see something that looks like wings. I call those plasma jets because they're
Mm.
running on electricity. And I will show you pictures of plasma jets. Let's see, here's one of my early inter.
Oh, yeah. There they go.
All I'm doing, I'm
Yeah.
recording helicopters. I'm recording helicopters, hoping the dragon will fly by, and they do. Uh, Let me enlarge that. You see the little plasma jet?
Yeah.
Yeah, the electrons. They're running on electricity.
Hmm.
They're very clever to say the least. What do we have here?
That's Coast Guard.
That's Coast Guard. Yeah. Coast Guard are here all the time. God bless them. They're doing the best they can. They're here all the time. How did I record the dragon? I just recorded the helicopter.
Yeah.
I have some really good. I have the Navy also, the Navy Seahawks. So let's shoot through them. I don't mean to overwhelm you with too much information, but I know your viewers are saying, Robert, show me more, show me more.
Yeah, I know they're doing it.
So let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
dig through them. Here's the Highway Patrol.
That looks
Uh,
like a news station or something.
nah, that's the California
No,
Highway
maybe
Patrol.
not.
Yeah, that's the Highway Patrol escorting
There you go.
a VIP on the ground, a VIP. So
Yeah.
obviously the UAP, the Dragon, is very close to the camera. This is called plane of focus. My camera is focused on the helicopter, but the Dragon is much closer to me. So this is plane of focus. Very predictable. Let's go to the next. Very predictable. Okay. And because these things are so predictable, here we go. Because they're so predictable, the logic, the uh, the premise applies that if you watch air shows, if you watch, because they're very attracted to jets, so they love the Blue Angels and they love the Thunderbirds.
Okay.
I discovered this 5 years ago because I've watched over 1,000 air show videos on YouTube, and then you start to see a trend. So, and the trend is they love air shows. They love the Blue Angels 60%, and they love the Thunderbirds 40%. So more with the Blue Angels. And out of all the cities, they love Chicago.
Hmm.
They love Chicago. This one's in San Francisco, but look how it overtakes. Look how
Yeah,
it
there
overtakes.
it is. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm giving you a lot of information, and I'm gonna just keep showing you, and then I'll get to my red diamond videos.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an Earth drone. 1 second. I gotta close my door. There's a wind coming in. 1 second.
That looks, yeah.
Okay, what we have here, this is an Earth drone. Oops, let me back up.
Hey, yeah, that's where we started. And
Okay,
then,
so I have 3 videos of 3 Earth drones, and all 3 got tagged by a dragon. Now, in this case, the Earth drone is right here in the middle. You cannot see the Earth drone because the
yeah.
dragon came off the ground. It framed itself 100%. It eclipsed the Earth drone. The Earth drone is right behind this dragon. It
Hmm.
was eclipsed. You can't even see the Earth drone at all.
Yeah.
What they're doing, they're talking to us. They're saying, if you Earth people are smart enough, you'd realize this wasn't an accident, that we did this on purpose, that we hacked into Robert's camera, we hacked into the motherboard, and we framed ourselves exactly where we wanted to be. And that's what you're looking at. Let's back up here.
Okay.
Here we go. Fire department. Every agency in the world is here. Why is the fire department here? Some of you are saying, yeah, why
But
is that?
these are two trajectories then that's going to cross each other. Two,
Correct? Two dragons,
yeah.
two dragons crisscross. Yeah. So the fire department is here. They have very, very good heat thermal cameras. And
Mhm.
you would want the fire department to have really good cameras, right? Because if there's a fire, they got to see it first.
Yeah.
So I would assume they could probably see a toaster like 3 miles away, maybe 4 or 5 miles. Incredible.
Mm.
So they asked the fire department, can you go to Marina Del Rey? Can you look for these dragons? And this is easy video. When the fire department comes in, I just record them. They get tagged.
Yeah.
Here's CBS News chopper looking around. I knew they'd get tagged. Again,
There.
there they are. I gave all this information to ABC News. Uh, they were parked in front of my house. They were doing another story. When they were done with the other story, I put these pictures in their hand. I
Hmm.
told them what is happening. I gave this to ABC News. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, in other words, I've given this to the news people. I give lectures at the Air Force Base. I've told hundreds of thousands of people on my channel. I'm doing my best to share the information.
Hmm.
All right, let's go to the next here. Okay, what are we looking at here? We're looking at the Blue Angels, Huntington Beach, California. And why are we looking at the Blue Angels? Because we know there are going to be dragons at the air show. So all I do is I watch other people's Blue Angels video that's posted on YouTube, and I look for dragons. I've watched so many YouTube videos that I taught myself how to watch YouTube frame by frame in real time,
Hmm.
which is proprietary. I can't tell you because it's proprietary, but that's how much research I've done. So what are we going to see here? Let's see. We better see a dragon, or people or your viewers won't be happy with me. Aircraft, people at the beach, recording airplanes, and what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, there it is.
Look at that, just as predicted.
Hmm.
Now people will say, "No, Robert, that's got to be a bug." Uh, I don't know if you've ever been to the beach. There's no such thing as bugs at the beach. And does that really look like a bug?
Let me ask you this.
Yes,
When you look at this, was this UFO going so fast that nobody saw it, or do you think that it would be slow enough so some people would see it?
that's a great question. No, I don't think, even if it slowed down, I don't think you'd see it. I think these dragons, these UFOs, they understand our brain chemistry extremely well,
Yeah.
and they are flying. They are flying between our visual frames. We don't see constantly. We see at a frame rate.
Yeah.
It varies from 30 to 60 frames, and they know how to frame themselves out of our vision. These guys are the real deal. But digital cameras can see these things, and here's the
Hmm.
proof. And it's very predictable, and it's always the same object with the same design, with the same silhouette, the same everything, same color. See the plasma jet?
Yeah.
I have better ones than that. Very predictable. I can't stress enough. And like I said, Chicago's the #1 city for Blue Angels, and I will show you that. But let's shoot through some more because your viewers are saying, Robert, show me more video, show me more video.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be happy. Oh, look at this. Now, what we do, there were two cameras just now. The other camera was way over here, 1,000 feet away, taking a picture of that dragon. Now, over here, 1,000 feet on the other side, look what somebody else recorded.
Oh, yeah.
What a coincidence, 1,000 feet away. Another bug. That's one of the better dragons. They're very small, under 10 inches. In the mystery, it gets harder. It gets harder. When
What
they,
we can see the bullet-shaped UFO, but what is that thing on top of it, do you think? Have you
that's
seen that before in other photos, or is it just
on,
this one?
no, on all photos. That's the plasma jet. That's the electron plasma jet.
Um,
They're running on electricity. They're running
hmm.
on. Now, I don't know if it's hot or cold plasma, but it's highly logical that has to do with propulsion. Highly logical.
Yeah.
And I have video of them recharging on high voltage lines. So you can do your own research. You can go on YouTube on YouTube, look at the Blue Angels.
Hmm.
You can email me. I'll tell you where they are. or you can hunt them yourselves. You can find them. They're easy. Let's go to the next.
Yeah.
Oh, this is from my roof camera. Let me shoot through the just the better ones. Okay, what do we have here? We have the police. We have a bird. Okay, we better have a dragon, right?
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, did you see that? So we have a bird, and here's a dragon.
Oh, yeah, there. Okay.
I know it's fast. They're so fast. They're so fast that in slow motion you don't even see them.
Hmm.
I don't even see them, but we have a bird, a dragon. Let's keep going. Same concept. We got a bird up here. There goes the dragon.
Okay. Hmm.
Now I know again your viewers are going, no, Robert, it's a bug. He's too close to the camera. It's parallax. Again, they're too predictable. They follow a pattern. They only fly with helicopters, and they trigger the X band.
Hmm.
It's the bug theory is good 2 or 3 times, but I have 4,000 videos, so it's not good for 4,000 times. It's not.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
So the size of them, then some of them are just small like this, but there are some bigger ones too, look like.
Um, Dragons are between 1 and 10 inches, depending on their speed. Now, their
Hmm.
speed, here, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about, because people don't want to hear me talk. Uh, let me show you an example of what I'm speaking of, because your viewers they don't have a lot of time to waste.
Hmm.
Okay, Chicago Blue Angels, remember? So
Uh-huh.
here's a dragon in Chicago Air Show 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The dragon's right here on the bottom. It's coming to a stop. Right here, it's behind this guy's leg. You can see the white silhouette because,
Okay. Yeah.
okay, what you see here, let me enlarge the picture. What you see here is that they're running on electricity. And because of that, they're giving off radiation, gamma
Mm.
radiation. So technically, the dragon is behind the guy's leg, but the gamma radiation is coming through the leg, and the camera can see the IR from the gamma radiation. So there it is. So this is where it's about 1 inch. Because you look at the guy's leg, his leg is 4 or 5 inches in diameter.
Mm.
That's about 1 inch. So what happens is the dragon pulls up to this lady's sweater on the bottom and takes off. And when it takes off, look how fast it expands.
Yeah. So it came out of the water.
Well, no, it was just coming down the sidewalk,
Yeah.
but it probably did come out of the water. Probably did. Now I have two theories on the expansion. F equals ma, which means the faster something goes, the larger it gets. But some of you will say, no, Robert, it's going nowhere near the speed of light, so that doesn't apply. And I get that. Now, the other theory is heat. You know, on a hot day in the summer, 100, 110, things expand in the heat. They expand like a bridge, like a
Mm.
1,000-foot bridge will expand 2 or 3 inches. I don't know if you know that, but they expand, and vice versa. In the winter, they shrink. So
Mm.
the point is, if these things are running on electricity and they're running on high voltage, millions of volts, well, no matter what universe you're from, millions of volts are going to generate a lot of thermal energy.
Yep.
So the thermal energy is causing the expansion. So this is what we're probably looking at, expansion of thermal energy
Hmm.
rather than F equals ma. But I'm just throwing out my best theories. I'm not a physicist, I'm a pharmacist, but I do have physicists watching my channels and they're pulling their hair out
Yeah.
because they know
So
something.
they are most likely probes. I don't think they necessarily is people inside of those things, but I think they probably self-aware probes.
100%. Self-aware probes,
Yeah.
self-programming. Their primary function, I'll show you the evidence, their primary function is to escort and to protect UFOs. They,
Yeah.
they, they travel through wormholes. They go to a planet. In this case, they're on planet Earth. Now, once they come through the wormhole, they tell the UFO behind them, everything is fine, it's safe, come on in. Now, once they're on a planet, they recon the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, like an electron microscope. They recon everything,
Mm-hmm.
everything. So that's their secondary function is a probe, a scan, recon. Yes. So here's the evidence. Here it is. 1 inch expanding to about 10. So, but I do think this is a thermal expansion and not necessarily, you know what, a thermal expansion and maybe F equals MA might even be very similar physics. But again, it's outside my scope. I don't want to pretend I know it all. I don't know it
Yeah.
all.
I understand. And from what you see here, the speed that they are going at is about 2,000 miles an hour. That is right about Mach 3.
Yeah, 2.5. That's correct.
Yeah.
And again, this camera is shooting at 60 frames. So how many frames do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's about 1/7 of a second. 1/7. The blink of an eye is 1/10.
Hmm.
So it's the blink of an eye. A human eye cannot see this.
Yeah.
If you were lucky, maybe you would see this in the middle. Your vision, because your vision is always forward, it wouldn't be to the right or to the left. And your vision, and you would see a dot. Your imagination says, oh, I think I just saw a dot. It's nothing. The human eye does not see it. It's part of the stealth technology.
Hmm.
So I could show you more interpolations. I could show you some red diamond videos. Where do you want to go?
Whatever you think is
Okay.
most interesting for the
All
viewers.
right. Let's show the hard stuff. Let's start with Canada. Let's start with Canada and let me just play it. This is one of my red diamonds. So I did not record it, but I knew where to look. How did I know
Hmm.
where to look? I just watch air show videos. And I know how to watch it quickly. Otherwise, it would take forever. So
Uh-huh.
F-22 in camera, Canada, like 5 years ago. Um,
Oh, there's
Here,
something.
a dragon just materializes. Watch the whole video. You won't believe your eyes.
So you said materialized. It did not come from off screen then. It just showed up right there.
Yeah, it did. It did just show up. Yeah, I find that amazing. And I've watched a lot of dragon video. I find
Yeah.
it very amazing. Uh, but watch what happens after this. Another one's going to come from the right. And then there's going to be a third UAP. And that one, you're going to be shaking your head. Here we go. There he goes. Look at the bottom.
Yeah.
So here comes the dragon flying by. Very common, very predictable, very standard. But as soon as he leaves frame on the left, look, again, if you humans are smart enough, you will know we left the frame. And when we did, the ship that we are escorting popped in. Look at the ship they're escorting.
Yeah.
Some type of chevron,
Yeah, it looks like a boomerang.
a boomerang. Look at that.
Hmm.
So for the sake of, not for argument, but for common ground, can we all agree the sky's blue? Can we agree that this is probably an F-22 fighter
Yeah.
jet?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Could we don't know what this is, but could we kind of agree that whatever this is, the clarity is equal to the F-22?
Hmm.
So what is this? What? What is flying in front of our jets? Invisible to the human eye.
Mm.
And this is my own discovery. It's not my video, but it's my own research.
Yeah.
And if people are serious researchers, email me at custodianfile@gmail, and I will share proprietary information with you. Again, this is for humanity. It's not for me, right?
Yeah,
This
that's
look at that. I look at it as God gave me this, and I'm going to give it to others. That's how I look at it. What is that? Seriously, what is that? Who are you?
well, the first thing that people may think when they look at that is, oh yeah, that's a bird. Until you start looking deeper, you find out that that bird has wings and a nose, but no tail. So it's not a bird.
No, no, no. And then again, it's being escorted by a dragon.
Yeah.
Very common, very common. All right, let's go to the another red diamond video because
Okay.
your viewers are like, come on, Roberts, I'm impressed so far, but I need to see more video.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have here? We have Palmdale. Let's go to Palmdale, California.
Okay.
Palmdale, Palmdale,
There's
California.
there's a big cigar in the middle of that frame. What is that?
Um, boy,
Go back
that,
one page, I think, and see.
well, no,
Oh,
let me go forward because
okay.
I'm not gonna I want to try to let me find Palmdale.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like, okay, Blue Angels are flying around Palmdale, California. They're practicing. Okay, they're just practicing. I'll play it in real time.
Okay.
How did I find this dragon? How did I find this dragon? Because I'm just watching Blue Angel videos. Okay, I'm
Mm.
going to play it in real time and then I'll slow it down for you. Tell me if
Oh,
you see what's going on. Get ready.
this reminds me of my younger days when I used to teach aerobatics.
Yes, I heard.
There you
Okay,
go.
did you see did you see the UFO?
Yep. Yeah,
Did you see the
that's
UFO? All right. I know a lot of you are saying, no, Robert, I didn't see anything. What are you? Let me slow it all down for you. So the pilot has a GoPro camera inside the cockpit. He's flying around. And so what we see here is the reflection of the pilot's helmet. Okay.
yeah.
What you're going to see right here to the right of the corner, in my opinion, you're going to see a wormhole open. And when a wormhole opens, it's actually a flat object, like somebody pulling back a curtain. I would have assumed it would be a tiny expanding dot, a dot that would expand. I was wrong. And I don't mind admitting when I was wrong. I got that assumption wrong. Now, because the camera is inside the cockpit, 8% of the time these things trigger the X band, and 8% of the time they make a clicking noise. You can hear a click,
Hmm.
but you have to be behind a glass door to filters out the white noise. So you are going to hear the click and you're going to see the wormhole, and here goes. Did you get that?
Hmm.
You hear the click? All right, let's slow it down. Look at the wormhole opening, opening. Right there. There's the transition right there. You could assume that's a mini lightning bolt, perhaps hundreds of millions of volts. That's the transition right there in broad daylight.
Yeah.
There's the UFO. Let me enlarge the picture. A lot of you are watching on your cell phone. I get it. There you go. Those tiny dots are the dragons. Those are the UFO dragons. They're escorting this guy. because the assumption is there's one organic pilot on this ship, and they value their organic pilots very valuable, their
Yeah.
life. So they're not taking any chances with their pilot, so they get escorted. Very much like our own pilots. We
Mhm.
value our pilots highly. We don't let anything get next to them. That's just how it is. There's the wormhole. Let's go a frame forward. Look how fast the wormhole closes,
Yeah.
how fast it opens, how fast it closes.
All right.
Yeah. Now, what I could do, uh, well, I could show you. This is, by the way, you could see this on YouTube. The title is called Blue Angels Ride Looking Forward. Blue
Mhm.
Angels Ride Looking Forward. Go to timeline right there, 23 minutes, 14 seconds. You will see this.
Yeah.
There it is. I'm trying to be open, transparent, candid, share as much as possible. So this is one of my red videos. There's
Yeah.
two. Let me go to my third
But I
red
can't
video.
get any more clearer than that.
Not really. No, come on. Not really. Um, oh, and we did. Oh, by the way, I've been on Discovery Channel too. So let's just say that we did call the Navy and we said, hey, what is this?
Mm.
And the Navy said, we really do not want to talk about it. See you later.
Yeah.
This is what they should be watching at the Congress hearings. Okay, just wanted to put it out there.
Now you got one big one there, but a smaller one lower and to the left. What is that same kind, or was maybe
Uh,
that's a maybe that
uh,
was a bird?
no, maybe that was a bird. I'm maybe it will pop up again because I get 4,000 videos. Let me just try to show you the red diamonds because
Okay.
again, your viewers are like, no, 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 show us the best of the best. We've been waiting 75 years. Show us the best of the
Uh-huh.
best. So the other one is Chicago, as as I said, the number one UFO city, or for the Blue Angels. Here, I normally don't show it since it popped up. I don't know what this is. I found it in Chicago and fly in front of the Blue Angels.
Oh no.
Something flies in front of the screen. I
Huh.
have I have no clue. But last week didn't the Pentagon release something about a jet man flying around one of our military bases? This this possibly could be a jet man, somebody in an astronaut suit. It's only there for 6 frames.
Hmm.
You tell me. I don't know. Did somebody take off their T-shirt and throw it up in the air?
Nah.
I don't know. But let's keep going.
T-shirts T-shirts don't fly that fast.
No, no, they don't. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I know how to get out of here. Oh my God. I'm not it. How do I go back to? Okay, good. Um, Let me show you one of my red diamonds. Although, by the way, I call that other one Balloon Man. Maybe some of you might say, actually, that's a red diamond video too, Robert. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the Blue
That's
Angels.
that's
Do
a
we?
fleet.
No, we're looking at, actually, those are all the boats in Chicago on Lake Huron. Those are
Oh.
all the boats. Yeah. And they're watching the air show.
Hmm.
The pilot's he's probably at 3,000, 4,000 feet. And he's just flying back down to the water. And let me show you what flies in front of him. I'll stop the video.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember last year our military was flying over the airspace in Chicago and it said, I see that when we were shooting down balloons and they were chasing a balloon over the airspace in Chicago, and he said, "Hey, I see it. It's a black hexagon." It's hard to research, but he said it was a black hexagon, octagon. Well, I
Uh,
found this video 5 years ago.
mm,
Does that not look like it's a hexagon toward the back? Does that not look black? Let me go one frame forward. There it is. Is that a little better? Does that, if you saw that, wouldn't you say it's
mm.
black and it looks like a hexagon or
Yep.
an octagon? So this is what our pilot was shooting down. And remember the missile missed? He
Hmm.
said the first missile. Well, I I could say a lot about that. First of all,
Yeah.
our missiles do not miss. That's that's like the pilot saying, "I forgot how to fly my airplane." That's
Yeah.
that, that's a ridiculous statement. That's so it did not miss. I'll tell you what. I will tell you this because it's from a reliable. Remember, I said I had a friend in the Pentagon. They were watching my videos at Congress.
Yeah.
Well, he told me something else. Major. He told me that we had a policy from 1950 to 1970 for 20 years. Our policy was to shoot down a UFO at any cost, no matter what had to happen.
Mm.
Well, in 1973, a three-star general was talking to him and said, "Hey, I want you to let you know that for the last basically since 1950 to 1970, we tried to shoot down a UFO, and every time we shot at a UFO, it would return the missiles and blow our aircraft out of the sky. And that happened on an average of one time a day somewhere in the world. So we
Mm.
lost, as hard as it is to believe, we lost an aircraft every day for 20 years from 1950 to
Oh,
19.
man.
Yeah, nobody's ever brought that up. So my point is, if you shoot at a dragon will not shoot back because I guess there's no organic life on it,
Yep.
and taking the pilot's life is not justified. But if you shoot at a UFO, an organic ship like this, then they're allowed to shoot back, or in this case, reverse the missile.
Hmm.
And by the way, this was just confirmed by the Italian government. They repeated the same story.
Wow.
So my point is, last year when we were shooting at this guy, this black hexagon, and we didn't miss. That missile was reversed. And my theory is our pilot was flying like Tom Cruise, Top Gun. He was running for his life, and he barely outran that missile. And he only outran it and survived it because we train our pilots on how to do that.
Hmm.
We train them just in case the one in a million possibility happens.
Yeah.
So my advice, do not shoot at UFOs with organic beings inside. Do not. That is just, we have a 20-year history where that does not work. The Italian government has the same history.
Yeah. I
Just,
I see we are down to about the end of the show here, but I got a question for you. You
yes, sir.
remember, I think about 2 or 3 years ago when that big UFO was hovering over the Chicago O'Hare Airport.
Yes, I do. Again, Chicago.
What do
Yep.
you think that was?
That was a real UFO. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's something going on in Chicago. I don't have any inside information. Um, but obviously in the waters right here in Chicago, something's going on, and uh, it needs to be investigated thoroughly.
Yeah.
Since we're almost done, let me show you my fourth diamond, the fourth diamond video.
Okay.
Um, it is right here. Here we go. This one this is probably the hardest to believe. Probably the hardest. You'll say, why is that? And I'll tell you why. But let me tell you what's going on. So March 26, 2017, two F-18s were over Covina, California for 6 hours.
Hmm.
Off and on, 6 hours. This was really a big deal. This is like this. Some astronomers at JPL, NASA in Pasadena got involved in this. This is a very big deal. On the video, I have the video. On the video, this UFO was in front of the F-18s. So the silhouettes were equal. For some reason, 4 seconds later, it flies out of the sky and flies up right here, which is about 400 feet from the camera. Now that's just a reverse negative, but it's 400 feet from the camera. So this is really a big deal. Now you're saying, why do you say this is the hardest one to believe? Because you're not going to believe it. So that was 2017, okay?
Yeah.
March 2017. Because the same thing happened. I have the file. It had same location, same date, happened in 2019, happened 2018, happened 2019, and it happened again in 2022. Same locations, same jet fighters. Beyond, you can't even make this stuff up.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to start using my phone a lot more.
Your phone will work. This was taken from a phone. This was recorded by a cell phone. It will, a 1080 too.
Oh,
it
okay.
will work. So what
All
more
right.
can you say?
Well, we are definitely down to the end of the show, and I sure appreciate you coming on here and talking to us about this and showing us your pictures. So for those of you out there that want to know more, go to Custodian File on YouTube and have a blast.
Thank you. Please. And ask questions anytime. Reach out. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Thank
you very much for being with us.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, and you too.